All right, so now for the email part of it, emailing sensor values, we're going to use a sensor, which is going to be a DHT sensor, a DHT11. The sensor name is DHT11. So we'll just create a new file, and let's say I save it, of course, in my folder that is IoT Basics, of course. Sending, or let me say, emailing temperature and humidity. So I'm going to email both of these things, save it up, and I'm going to use the DHT11, that is humidity and temperature sensor, which I'm going to use to figure out what is the temperature and the humidity in the surroundings. Send them across to send them across to as emails. I can just forward them up or something like that, right? So that's what I want to do. Let me say I'm going to email that up, and when I email it, I will, of course, have a maybe last 5 temperatures, something like that. But before I do that, let me just print it up onto my on my screen. I'll print it up before sending any email. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, let me go to the terminal, and first of all, I need to use the Adafruit DHT library if I want to do it. So Adafruit DHT11 library is there in GitHub. So maybe you can have a look at the library which is there on GitHub. So you can go up there and just check Adafruit DHT library. It's already available, right? So you can just have a look. Maybe you can just copy this up, the GitHub link, Adafruit, or you can just see the Python one. If you just want to write the Python DHT Python library, that would be more apt for us. So we'll just copy this up, and we are going to use this particular library. We are going to clone that. For those who are not aware about what GitHub is where people make their own libraries, create their own projects, right? This is a project which has been created where you can directly use the DHT sensor, and you can import that module, of course. But then you need to, first of all, you need to get some installations, and they have told you how to install it. You can install it with with a few things. Okay, so it's saying currently the libraries will be tested with Python 2.6 and Python 2.7. Make sure your system is able to compile Python extensions. So what we can do is we can instead of using Python 3, we can do it in Python 2, and we can just check, right? So let's do that. Let's use this in Python 2, and we can check. So first of all, this GitHub link, this GitHub project needs to be cloned. This is the one which you have to copy, as I said. Copy this, and we need to clone this in my Raspberry Pi. So how do I clone it? I go to my Raspberry Pi and I open the terminal, and I have to clone it. So when I have to clone it, I need to say there, first of all, I need to make sure for cloning it, I need to say git clone space, and I need to paste that which I copied from there. So I need to paste that up, and I need to say cloning. So the minute I clone, everything is up there. I've got my sensor. So I need to just change the directory. I need to go into that. So I guess ls will give you the things that are there, the folders that are there in this thing. So you have the Adafruit Python DHT. So I go into that cd Adafruit Python DHT ls. So you have a couple of things that are used. Okay. Now what we can do is we need to install. We need to let's say sudo. Since we need to install it, sudo apt-get install. We need to say build essential. That's what, if you remember, they had put it up in there. After cloning, you need to do this. Alright, so they said first do your sudo apt-get update, then do this, and then get the install, right? So what I'm going to do is let's update first. So before doing this, before doing this, let me just update, paste update, sudo apt-get update. And once the update happens, then we can go ahead with the putting up the build things that we need to do, right? So once the update for the packages happen, then we can put in the package for the Adafruit package, and then we can, so let's go on to the next step that we have out here. So this is up here, sudo apt-get install build essential python dev. Copy that up, go here, and here we have paste it up, and let's say enter. All right, so python dev is already installed. Fine, everything is fine, everything is going good. All right, then go on to the next, that is sudo python setup.py install. That's for installing the Adafruit library. Paste. Okay, let's see if it gets installed. Running install. What's this? Finished processing dependencies, writing, copying, byte copying. All right, I think everything is done. Okay, Python 2.7, Python 2.7, Python 2.7. Okay, let's just check if it works for Python, because we just did sudo python, right?